In this video, we are going to look into one of the Cadwork provided plugin, the loading. So for those of you who are not familiar with plugins, you will be able to find them if not already available at the top of the screen under Window and Cadwork plugins. And you will find as well a user plugins, basically the plugin that you have made yourself, basically custom plugins found in your user profile. So the loading plugin is the one that represents a truck with an arrow on its side. This plugin is used to automatize the arrangement of framed wall, roof and floors to ease loading. So the way it works is you simply need to activate this window, and in here we will have different options for wall, floors and roof. The wall will be placed upright and floors and roof will be placed horizontally. The way it works is for each of the main component you have two distances. As you can see, for wall it's Y and Z, and for floors and roof it's Z and Y. The difference between those is wall basically will be placed side by side along the Y axis, when the floors and roof will be actually stacked along Z. So the first distance is the distance in millimeter between each element, and the distance here is the distance that is going to split the different group. Basically here, if you have walls, roof and floors grouped by story, you are going to have one bundle at the bottom and above another bundle for the other story. For the floors and roof, you will be able to select a descending or ascending order, so basically according to the order of loading or based on how they should be placed on site. And in the second area, so different wall, floors and roof by, this is whether the elements are grouped by subgroup or group. Basically, for those of you who are familiar with the wall shop drawing export, it is the exact same. It should be the exact same value. So it's basically that your element, the raw volume or shell of the wall, and the element within share the same group. So now that we have set this, we simply need here to run. So the way this plugin is working is, in order for you to be able to optimize and place your loading element, it's going to generate one single element per wall. The way it's working is simply that the element will be taken wall by wall or element by element and soldered together. So we are basically going to remove the raw volume from this and solder all other elements, meaning that for this plugin to work correctly, all your element needs to touch one another. You cannot have in your wall an element that is not in contact with any. The only thing that will happen with this is simply that this element will be left out. So be careful about this. And for each of these new wall or new element that is generated, we actually create a new material in order to assign the real weight of the actual connected wall. So here we go OK, and here we will have the total result sorted story by story. So here, these elements do not replace the one you add in your 3D file. So if I'm selecting this one here, you see that it is wall 101 that belongs to story 1. So Control A by group. This is here the one. And if we were to compare the weights of these two elements, so this one is one single element, weighs over a bit less than 2,000 pounds. And if we select this group of element, we have here the exact same weight. So this is only one element, and it will be easier for you to place and reorient in your track. For example, if you'd like to use export solid on or containers, to do so in order to export other shop drawings, or simply list with information about which element goes on what truck. All these material here will be available in your material dialog under the loading planning group, and here for each of the elements you see that there is a new material that has been generated in order to give the true weight of this element. You will also have automatically a scene that combine all your elements that have been generated by this plugin. Again, here this plugin is not something that will optimize your loading and trucking. It's just a quick way for you to orient quickly all your elements from one project and then be able to continue the loading and the organization of your truck manually.